thank you.
What are you doing?
Just gathering content for a story.
What type of story?
I'm a journalist, just gathering content for a story.
Journalist with who?
Just myself.
Okay. What's your name? Let me see some ID.
I'm engaged in constitutional protected activity. I elect to remain silent.
Okay, I need to see some
Are you detaining me?
identification.
Are you detaining me?
I need to see some identification.
I need to know if you're detaining me or not.
Sir, may I see some identification?
Are you detaining me?
I'm asking you for some credentials to see who you are.
Yeah, but I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm engaging.
Okay, you're videotaping me.
I know. And that's,
okay.
Please don't touch my camera.
Okay, well, you're videotaping me. And by law, you can't videotape me if I don't give you permission to.
Oh man, this is a public space. There's no expectation.
Okay, but why?
Good morning, it's 9:33 and I'm Chip Scambus in Gainesville where it's 76 degrees. A St. Augustine man has a YouTube account that's quite popular. Since 2011, his videos about North Florida law enforcement have amassed more than 1.4 million views. As WUFT's Ethan Magoc reports, the man's tactics have garnered a strong following.
Jeff Gray is a truck driver living in St. Augustine, and he has a simple approach. Show up in a public place with a camera and a thorough knowledge of what law enforcement can and cannot ask him to do. The goal of his hobby is even simpler: remind both citizens and police about constitutional rights.
Hey, my name is Jeff Gray. I have the Honor Your Oath YouTube channel. My main purpose is to teach people their rights and how to assert their rights in real-life situations with real-life authority figures, and to teach people that their constitutional rights still do exist.
How long have you been doing this, and why did you start? I know the YouTube channel came into existence like mid-2011, if that's correct.
Yeah, it's around 2011. I was inspired by Carlos Miller, Photography is Not a Crime, and guys in the Free State Movement in New Hampshire. And I just saw how police officers were trampling people's rights, and trampling people's Second Amendment rights and First Amendment rights, Fourth Amendment rights, with checkpoints and things like that. And I saw the Flex Your Rights video, and decided to go out and try that in actual situations and document it, and to try to show people, the citizens, that they have rights, they can assert their rights and do it politely. They don't have to be jerks about it or anything, but also that, and to acclimate the police officers and law enforcement to our rights also, that if somebody's asserting their rights, the law enforcement doesn't actually have to take it as contempt of cop. You know, they can respect that somebody knows their rights and asserts them politely.
You know so much about law enforcement, the way it works. Was anyone in your family ever in law enforcement, or is it just something that you've independently researced and come to know?
Something I've independently researched through videos on YouTube and the internet. Like I said, Flex Your Rights, the video about Never Talk to the Police, the Free State Movement, Cop Watch, those guys like that get out there and put themselves on the line to assert rights and try to establish their rights in the police.
So if you could, in either one word, couple of words, describe your overall feeling toward police officers, sheriff's department, people like this, positive, negative. Can you sort of boil it down there for me?
Well, I tell you, when I first started this off, I was the typical person that believed that the majority of police officers were good cops, and there was a few bad apples. Now I'm kind of switched on that. I believe the majority of them are possibly not bad cops, but unknowledgeable of the law, and even the good cops won't sometimes correct the bad cops. But I have encountered some good cops, and I do put that on video also. The good cops do what they're supposed to and honor their oath.
So to simplify it, if I can,
yeah.
Plus or minus, does it just depend, or?
Negative overall. Negative overall. I think the law enforcement officers are just not accustomed to a citizen knowing their rights and politely asserting their rights.
Went back and watched some of your early videos. Same vehicle. How many miles you got on that car? And
my Honor Your Oath wagon has about 150,000 miles. It's got a lot of miles on it, and it's very well known to law enforcement.
Okay. Tell me about, I think you mentioned you're a truck driver, right? Day job?
Yes.
How did you jive those two things, and do you consider this mainly like your hobby, or is it also, do you make any money off of like the YouTube videos as a secondary income, that sort of thing, or is it just strictly hobby?
It's a hobby, and I just recently monetized my videos to try to help fund the cause, and it's a hobby, but it's also a passion. It's just, I'm a libertarian. I believe in individual liberty, and I believe in small government, and I believe that with the war on terror, and ever since 9/11, the Patriot Act, the NDAA, the assault on our individual liberties, and the war on drugs, they've always used that as an alibi to assault our individual liberties. And I just think people need to start getting out there. And with YouTube and cameras and phones that everybody can carry, if more and more people, I don't want to do it all by myself, more people need to get out there and assert their rights and start their YouTube channel and expose cops that are ignorant of the law and ignorant of citizens' rights.
Your average trip out, say either just a basic speed trap thing, or you're holding up a sign, or even something like this, which seemed to maybe a little more spontaneous, but I don't know. How much time goes into considering where you're going to go, what you're going to do, what you're going to do if the cop does this? You know what I mean? Like what level of planning?
The level of planning is most of it's spontaneous. Like I said, I'm a truck driver, so when I'm out driving my truck around and I'm driving all over Northeast Florida, I'll see something going on. If I see a speed trap, I'll say, well, on my way home, if they're there, I'll swing in there and I'll hold up a speed traffic sign, I'll flash the white lights, do a First Amendment test to see if they're on the First Amendment. But this, like when I came out here and Warden Datos came over and assaulted me and snatched my camera, this one I had planned out, and I actually set aside time to come out here and do it.
What percentage of week to month does this consume? You know what I mean? Like, is it just something you do for a couple hours on a Saturday? Because I think that helps to answer for other people when you say you want them to get involved.
Right.
What sort of time commitment are we talking here?
Time commitment is it's really odd. It's just like today out here today was obviously planned, and we have to set aside time on the day off. But the majority of what I do is I'm driving down the road and I see a traffic stop going on where there's maybe a search of the vehicle going on. I'll just stop. I'll get out my camera and I'll document it. And I stand across the street or whatever. I'm not interfering. And it all depends on how the law enforcement officer reacts to it, whether you get a good video or not.
So good video to you means they're being ignorant of the statutes, or?
Yeah, well, a good video, one that gets a lot of hits and everything, is one where I'm standing there peacefully asserting my rights, and you have a law enforcement officer come over and start demanding my identification and try to tell me to turn my camera off, and I've just basically politely assert my rights and stand them down. But it's funny, the video that I have that has the most views out of all videos is a positive encounter that I had with the Officer Graham at the Greenfield Springs Police Department, where he was really cool, and it has like more than twice as many views as the other.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
If you want to speculate.
I don't know. But I think it's pretty cool that a positive encounter turned out to be the most viewed video.
Okay. 2 questions left. Your go-to reasoning when a cop starts to get aggressive as to why A, you're filming, B, you're doing it. What would you say to me, right? If I was saying, sir, put your camera away, let me see your ID, that sort of thing.
Oh, if
what's your like go-to excuse? Or
my go-to thing is, officer, I'm engaged in constitutionally protected activity. I'm a citizen journalist. I'm well within my rights, and I don't have to turn my camera off.
How did you develop that?
Just out of experience. It's personal experience involving with the cops. You can tell from my first videos where I first started doing it to now, I'm a lot better at it, and watching other people do it.
Okay. What am I not asking here that you want to say? Anything else that I'm not touching on?
I think you covered it pretty good. It's just, I just want the citizens the main reason that these officers don't know people's rights and trample on people's rights is they've gotten away with it for so long, and that's because it's more the citizens' fault that they don't know how to say, officer, well, you know what, I'm not driving a vehicle, so I don't have to give you my identification. If I'm not being detained, I'll let you video. I would like for citizens to learn their rights, learn how to politely assert their rights, and that way we can turn the tide back into respectful dialogue between the citizens and the police.
Is there anything that would stop you from doing this? I mean, like an event that would occur, or you know what I mean? Like, what would it be that would keep you from going out every week or two, kind of getting after it?
I don't really know. I think I would try to keep on going, regardless of the situation. I tell you, the one person that could make me stop doing it, if she called me right now, it'd be my wife. If my wife called me and said, "Honey, I'm tired of it, so," I would stop. Just being honest. That's just the way. Taking too much time from the family or something? Okay.
Outstanding. How old are you?
I'm 43 years old.
How long have you been married?
Been married since 1998.
Okay. And how old is this gentleman here?
13 years old. This is my son, Marcus Gray.
Marcus Gray. Outstanding. That was perfect.